My lovely people, let me tell you something that's been keeping Nollywood fans awake at night, refreshing their social media feeds like they're waiting for exam results, and analyzing every single post like detectives working on a case that refuses to be solved. Have you ever watched two people interact and immediately thought to yourself, wait, is this acting or is this real life? You know that moment when you're watching a movie and the chemistry is so natural, so effortless, so believable that you literally have to remind yourself that these are actors playing roles and not actual lovers caught on camera. Well, that's exactly what Maurice, Sam and Pearl Watts have been doing to people's minds for the longest time now, and honestly, the confusion is reaching levels that nobody saw coming. The streets are talking, the blogs are buzzing, the comment sections are on fire, and everybody seems to have an opinion about what's really going on between these two. Some people are absolutely convinced they're seeing a real-life love story unfold right before their eyes, while others are insisting it's just professional excellence at work. But here's where it gets interesting. Nobody actually knows the truth for sure, and that uncertainty is driving people absolutely crazy in the best possible way. Let's start from the beginning because this story didn't just appear out of nowhere overnight. Maurice, Sam and Pearl Watts have been working together for a while now, appearing in productions that showcase their undeniable ability to bring characters to life in ways that feel genuine and deeply moving. Every time they share screen time, something magical happens that you just can't ignore or explain away easily. The way they look at each other doesn't feel rehearsed or mechanical like some on-screen couples who are clearly just going through the motions and collecting their paychecks. No. When Maurice and Pearl interact, whether it's a dramatic scene full of emotion or a light-hearted moment filled with laughter, there's this underlying current of something that feels much deeper than what any script could possibly capture. Their timing is perfect, their reactions to each other seem instinctive rather than calculated, and the emotional connection they portray translates so powerfully that viewers find themselves completely immersed in whatever story they are telling. You watch them and you forget you're watching actors. You forget there's a director somewhere yelling cut. You forget there are cameras and crew members and lighting equipment. You just see two people who understand each other on a level that most on-screen partnerships never quite achieve. Now here's where the real mystery begins, and trust me, this is what has turned casual observers into full-blown investigators determined to crack the case. If you go looking for Maurice or Pearl to publicly address the constant speculation about their relationship status, you're going to be searching for a very long time because they simply don't do it. They don't hop on Instagram Live to clarify things. They don't post long paragraphs explaining their connection. They don't respond to the endless questions flooding their comment sections asking, are you two together or not? They've mastered the art of the dignified silence, the kind that makes you respect them but also makes you want to scream, just tell us already, at your phone screen. But here's what makes everything even more interesting. While they are not verbally confirming or denying anything, their actions keep giving people reasons to wonder. The way Maurice might comment on Pearl's post with certain emojis that feel more personal than professional. The way Pearl might share behind-the-scenes moments that show them laughing together in ways that seem beyond just coworker friendliness. The way they show up to events and their body language around each other suggests a comfort level that takes time and genuine connection to develop. None of it is obvious enough to be considered proof, but all of it is present enough to keep the speculation train running at full speed with no signs of slowing down. Social media has become the modern-day gathering place where people assemble to discuss, debate, and dissect every single interaction between Maurice and Pearl like scholars analyzing ancient texts for hidden meanings. You should see the comment sections under their posts because they're absolutely hilarious and also kind of sweet in how invested people have become in this potential love story. Someone will post a simple picture and within minutes there are hundreds of comments like, "We're not blind. We can see what's happening here," or "Just admit you're together already. We're tired of guessing," or "The way he looks at her is not how colleagues look at each other. I rest my case." Fan pages dedicated to them have sprung up like mushrooms after rain, creating compilations of their moments together, slow-motion videos analyzing every glance and smile, side-by-side comparisons of their social media activity looking for coordinated posts or hidden messages. Some fans have even gone as far as creating relationship timelines based on nothing but pure speculation and hope, marking imaginary milestones like the first time they posted about each other, or that one interview where they couldn't stop laughing together. It's reached the point where Maurice and Paul could literally post a picture of their breakfast and someone would find a way to connect it to relationship evidence. He posts jollof rice at 2 p.m. He's eating her favorite food, it's confirmed. She shares a sunset photo. That's the same sunset from his location, they're obviously together. The creativity in these detective theories is honestly impressive. But let's talk about what makes their on-screen chemistry so different from the dozens of other acting pairs we see regularly in Nollywood productions. There are plenty of talented actors who can create believable romantic connections for the duration of a film or series. They hit their marks, deliver their lines convincingly, and make you care about their characters' relationships while the story unfolds. That's good acting and it deserves recognition. But what Maurice and Paul do goes beyond just good acting into territory that feels almost unfair to other on-screen couples. When they are in a scene together, there's this natural flow to their interactions that you typically only see between people who genuinely know and understand each other deeply. They don't seem to be waiting for their turn to speak or deliver their lines. Instead, they react to each other in real time like actual people having actual conversations and actual feelings. The little touches, the spontaneous smiles, the way they can communicate volumes with just a look, these are details that don't usually appear in scripts and can't really be directed. They're the kind of authentic moments that either happen naturally because there's real connection between the actors, or they don't happen at all. And with Maurice and Paul, they happen constantly, so consistently that it's become impossible for viewers not to question where the acting ends and reality might begin. The beautiful thing about this whole situation is that Maurice and Paul have managed to maintain an air of mystery without being frustrating or annoying about it. They're not playing games or deliberately teasing fans with cryptic messages designed to stir up attention. They're not doing that thing some celebrities do where they post intentionally vague content just to get people talking and keep themselves trending. Instead, they're simply living their lives, doing their work, and letting people interpret things however they want to interpret them. There's a maturity in that approach that's actually quite rare in today's entertainment landscape where everything is usually performed for maximum engagement and viral potential. They're not feeding the rumor mill, but they are also not aggressively shutting it down, which suggests a level of comfort with the speculation that could mean absolutely anything or nothing at all. Maybe they are actually together and enjoying the privacy of not having to explain their relationship to the entire world. Maybe they are genuinely just friends and colleagues who happen to work extremely well together and find the rumors amusing rather than annoying. Maybe they themselves are still figuring things out and don't have a clear answer to give even if they wanted to address it publicly. All of these possibilities exist simultaneously, and that's exactly what keeps this story alive and thriving. Let me ask you something real quick. Why do we care so much? What is it about celebrity relationships, especially potential ones that haven't been confirmed, that captures our collective attention so completely? Part of it is definitely the entertainment value because let's be honest, real life can be boring sometimes and following these stories gives us something fun to invest our emotions in without any actual stakes or consequences. It's harmless escapism at its finest. But I think there's something deeper happening here too. When we watch Maurice and Paul and see what appears to be genuine connection, whether romantic or otherwise, we're responding to something fundamentally human that we all recognize and crave in our own lives. We want to believe in authentic relationships and real chemistry in a world that often feels increasingly artificial and performative. We want to see people who genuinely enjoy each other's company and bring out the best in one another. And when we think we're witnessing that, even if it's just on a screen and we have no idea what the truth really is, it gives us hope and makes us feel good. That's not silly or superficial. That's actually a beautiful demonstration of our capacity for connection and our desire to celebrate love and partnership in all its forms. The entertainment industry has given us countless examples over the years of on-screen couples whose chemistry was so explosive that fans couldn't help but hope they were together in real life too. Some of those hopes turned out to be accurate, with actors eventually confirming relationships that had been speculated about for months or years. Others turned out to be purely professional partnerships between talented individuals who simply knew how to do their jobs exceptionally well. Both outcomes are valid and both deserve respect. The problem is that we've become so used to instant information and immediate confirmations about everything that the idea of not knowing something, of having to exist in uncertainty and speculation, feels almost unbearable to us now. We want answers, we want them quickly, and we want them publicly confirmed so we can update our fan theories accordingly. But real life doesn't always work that way, especially when it comes to matters of the heart which are inherently private and personal regardless of how public your professional life might be. Maurice and Pearl, whether intentionally or not, are reminding us that some things can remain mysterious, that not everything needs to be publicly declared and dissected, and that maybe the not knowing is actually part of what makes the whole thing so captivating in the first place. Think about all the hours that fans have collectively spent analyzing photos, watching interviews on repeat looking for clues, debating in group chats about the nature of Maurice and Pearl's relationship. That's time and energy that could have been spent on countless other things, yet people willingly and happily invest it into this particular mystery because it brings them joy. The discussions that spark up whenever either of them posts something new create communities of people who might never meet in person but who bond over this shared interest and curiosity. Fan theories get more elaborate and creative with each passing month, ranging from the somewhat plausible to the absolutely wild, and all of it is part of the fun. Some fans create entire romantic narratives based on the smallest interactions, writing detailed analysis of body language and micro-expressions like they're submitting dissertations on the subject. Others take a more skeptical approach, playing devil's advocate and reminding everyone that assumptions aren't facts and that amazing on-screen chemistry doesn't automatically translate to off-screen romance. Both groups are equally invested though, just approaching the mystery from different angles, and that diversity of perspectives is what keeps the conversation interesting and ongoing. What cannot be debated or denied by anyone, regardless of where they stand on the "are they or aren't they" question, is that Maurice, Sam and Pearl Watts have become one of the most talked about pairs in Nollywood right now. Their names are mentioned together so frequently that they've essentially become a unit in people's minds, like those celebrity couple names that get blended together into one word. Their individual fan bases have merged into one larger community that celebrates both of them, whether as a potential couple or as incredibly talented professionals who elevate each other's work. The attention they receive translates into views for their projects, engagement on their social media, and opportunities in their careers because producers and directors can see that audiences are genuinely interested in what they do. In that sense, the speculation, the mystery, the constant buzz of conversation around them is actually serving them quite well professionally, even if it sometimes feels overwhelming on a personal level. They've managed to capture something that most actors spend their entire careers chasing: the ability to make people care deeply about what they do and who they are. The suspense of not knowing the truth has become its own form of entertainment that might actually be more satisfying than any official confirmation could ever be. Stay with me here because this might sound backwards, but think about it carefully. Right now, in this moment of uncertainty, everyone gets to have their own interpretation of what's happening between Maurice and Pearl. Everyone gets to see what they want to see, believe what they want to believe, and create whatever narrative makes them happiest. The dreamers can imagine a beautiful secret romance unfolding away from the public eye. The pragmatists can appreciate two professionals who have excellent working chemistry and mutual respect. The romantics can look for signs and clues and convince themselves they're witnessing love in real time. The skeptics can analyze everything with a critical eye and refuse to be swayed by emotion. All of these perspectives coexist peacefully because there's no definitive answer forcing anyone to be right or wrong. But the moment Maurice or Paul publicly confirms or denies a romantic relationship, half of the fans will inevitably be disappointed. The mystery disappears, the speculation ends, and whatever reality exists becomes the only acceptable interpretation. Sometimes, the possibility of something is actually more powerful and more enjoyable than the certainty of knowing exactly what that something is. There's also something to be said about how Maurice and Paul are handling their privacy in an age where privacy is increasingly rare and often viewed as suspicious. We live in a time when people share everything from what they ate for breakfast to their deepest emotional moments, where relationship statuses are expected to be publicly declared and constantly updated, where any attempt to keep something personal is often met with accusations of hiding something or being fake. The pressure to perform your entire life for public consumption is immense, especially for people in the entertainment industry who are already living significant portions of their lives in the spotlight. Yet Maurice and Paul have drawn a line, perhaps unconsciously, perhaps very deliberately, between what they share professionally and what they keep for themselves personally. They show up for their work, they engage with fans about their projects, they're present and appreciative of the support they receive, but they are not putting their entire hearts and personal lives on display for entertainment value. That's not being secretive or playing games. That's actually being healthy and boundaried in a culture that constantly demands more access, more content, more intimate details about everything. Whether they are protecting a relationship, protecting a friendship, or simply protecting their own peace of mind, the choice to maintain some privacy deserves respect rather than endless pressure to reveal everything. Let's be real about what's actually happening here beyond all the speculation and shipping and fan theories. What we are witnessing with Maurice, Sam and Paul Watts is two highly talented individuals who have found a professional partnership that works beautifully and produces excellent results. They make each other better at their craft. They bring out nuances in each other's performances that might not emerge with different scene partners. They've developed a shorthand and understanding that makes their work together feel effortless, even though we all know that creating believable characters and relationships requires tremendous skill and effort. That alone, completely separate from any romantic implications, is something special and worth celebrating. The Nollywood industry benefits when actors find these kinds of creative partnerships because it results in better content for audiences and more opportunities for the actors themselves to showcase their range and abilities. Whether romance is part of the equation or not doesn't change the fundamental value of what they bring to their work. We can appreciate and support excellent artistic collaboration without needing to turn it into something else, even though we absolutely will continue turning it into something else because that's just human nature and honestly it's part of the fun. Here's what I think is really beautiful about this whole situation, and this is where I want you to really hear me. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable and sometimes overwhelmingly negative, the speculation about Maurice and Paul has become this little pocket of joy for so many people. It's something light-hearted to discuss and debate without any real consequences. It's a story people can follow that makes them smile and feel hopeful about human connection. It's entertainment that doesn't require you to pick sides in any serious conflict or invest in anything morally complicated. Whether you believe they're together or not, whether you want them to be together or just appreciate their work, you're part of a community of people who are choosing to focus on something positive and fun. The fan pages, the comment section debates, the analysis videos, the compilation edits, all of it represents people using their creativity and energy to celebrate something that brings them happiness. And in times like this, That's not something to dismiss or mock. That's actually something kind of wonderful, even if it's wrapped up in the somewhat silly packaging of celebrity gossip and relationship speculation. So where does all of this leave us, standing here in the middle of this beautiful mystery with no clear answers and no obvious resolution on the horizon? It leaves us exactly where Maurice, Sam and Paul Watts seem perfectly content to let us remain, curious, entertained, engaged, and endlessly fascinated by what may or may not be unfolding between them. They've become masters of the unsaid, champions of the ambiguous, rulers of a kingdom where actions speak louder than words but still don't say quite enough to settle the debate definitively. And you know what? Maybe that's exactly how it should be. Maybe some stories are better when they are left to our imagination. Maybe some connections are more powerful when they are not fully explained or publicly defined. Maybe the journey of wondering and guessing and hoping is actually more valuable than any destination or definitive answer could ever be. My people, here's what I need you to do after you finish reading this and while you're still thinking about Maurice and Paul and this whole delicious mystery that refuses to be solved. First, go watch their work if you haven't already, because regardless of their relationship status, they are both incredibly talented actors who deserve support based on their professional abilities alone. Second, engage with this conversation in the comments because I genuinely want to know where you stand. Team, they are definitely together. Team, it's just professional. Or team, I honestly don't know but I'm enjoying the ride. Third, share this with someone who's been following this story just as closely as you have because we all need people in our lives who understand why we care about these things even when we probably shouldn't. And finally, remember that whether Maurice and Paul ever publicly confirm or deny a romantic relationship, the joy you've gotten from following their story and the community you've found with other fans is real and valid and doesn't depend on any official announcement to matter. Keep supporting them individually and together, keep having these fun conversations that bring people together, and keep believing in whatever version of this story makes you happiest because at the end of the day, that's what entertainment is supposed to do, make us feel something good. So tell me, what do you really think is going on between these two? Drop your honest thoughts below, share your evidence if you've got it, and let's keep this conversation going because clearly, nobody's ready to stop talking about Maurice, Sam and Paul Watts anytime soon, and honestly, why should we?